Hi everyone, it's fucking Mark here again, the founder of Universal Asylum. Now, look, I just thought I'd have another quick chat, I guess, so everyone can get a bit more of a feel of who I am and what I'm about. To be honest, I am very scared about what I'm attempting to build with Universal Asylum attempting to set up a world trust, aimed at, leading our species to, developing a one world leaderless system of governance. I'm fucking oath I'm scared. I am afraid of governments, which I do see as a very huge problem. What am I doing? I'm attempting to incite world peace, attempting to, shift the arms races back to symmetrical, and working together as a species in disarming our, global defense systems and getting everyone, all countries back on the same fucking page. Now, look, this is a big problem that I've seen, since I started university and, 13 or so years ago, whenever it was, and, they mentioned our aging population and, the rapidly approaching collapse of our health systems and stuff. When I look at, I am very suspicious of governments and, the very real possibility of things like World War III and, potential future genocides which have been done, over and over again throughout history. We've just seen one recently over, I can't even remember where it was, where one of the leaders decided, we're going to put out a bounty to cull fucking drug users. So basically just give people a fucking license to kill people, and then use the excuse that they were fucking drug users or dealers or fucking whatever, and the whole world stood back and said it. Personally, I have interviewed, got footage somewhere of interviews with Holocaust survivors from the Holocaust Museum there in, I'm not sure what suburb it is, not far from St Kilda in Melbourne. I should remember, but I don't. But when I look at, some of the moves governments have made over the past 20 years or so, they used Port Arthur massacre as an excuse to disarm our population, which leaves us relatively vulnerable. But then there's certain other political moves. When you hear like the Holocaust survivors and how they slowly introduced and normalised, attitudes, beliefs, divisions between populations, and stuff like that. If you look at things like our anti-bikie legislation, we've got legislation, those anti-bikie legislations are so fucking open-ended that they can be used to basically deconstruct any fucking union or social fucking justice movement or human rights social justice type fucking movements, at a fucking time when we are rapidly approaching a major health crisis. We've also seen the normalisation of the militarisation of our fucking police. What we have seen, if you look at the traditional Australian police and these, things like police uniforms, pale blue was very, pale blue uniforms. If you notice, police was the only government institution that was not spelt in capital letters. Historically, over the past, I don't know how many years, throughout my entire life, police was spelt with a capital P and then a little O, L-I-C-E, however the fuck you spell police. These were very deliberate moves, with based on psychology, to pacify and remove their fucking you know, well, what do you call it? I guess pacify their appearance as members of authority, you know, trying to tone down that authority in making them, I guess, more like public servants. What we have seen more lately, if you have noticed, now police are dressed in fucking black. They are dressed up like fucking G.I. Joes. We've normalised things like assault weapons in public places, even though Australia has had no fucking massacres, stuff like that. You look at their vehicles now, big capital letters. It's all authority, aggression, harsh fucking dictatorship style fucking policing. You know, and we're seeing massive divisions in society, you know, creating fucking bogeyman, you know, some of the stuff we are fucking arguing about. When you look at the desperate position our species is in, you know, and this gender division is absolutely fucking insane. I'm very surprised personally, and confused by what I've seen happen. You know, when I was at university, one of my feminist theories was that I studied, you know, intensively, was queer theory, that, you know, is a strand of feminism that basically argues that gender doesn't fucking exist. Gender is a social construct. Gender is what we teach to children. You know, from birth, when we fucking dress a little boy in blue and a little girl's in pink, and we fucking, you know, hand the boy a truck, the girl a fucking doll, to teach them their gender roles relating to masculinity and femininity, which are predominantly taught fucking things. You know, the feminism that I was looking at was saying that we teach gender. Gender is fucking, there are a whole load of problems associated with teaching gender. So, and, you know, when it comes down to sex, you know, having a fucking cock or, you know, girl bits, we essentially aren't that different. Yes, occasionally, and it's actually quite common. I didn't realise how common it is that, like, on chromosomes and fucking on a biological level, you know, some people are, it's not as straightforward as just male and female. You know, I'm very aware of that. But that is more sex, was how the theories that I studied were describing it. And they were made a big, clear distinction against, yes, sex isn't necessarily black and white either. However, there is a distinction between sex and fucking gender, right? They weren't saying, like, so basically what they were looking at was I guess, ruling gender and gender roles obsolete. And I guess encouraging young boys and young girls to have a healthier balance of all those little characteristics that were once traditionally associated with masculinity and femininity. They were not arguing to create 1,000 fucking different genders and we can all choose a fucking gender and confuse the fuck out of everyone as if everyone's not fucking stressed out enough as it is. Or I feel kind and gentle, I'm gonna cut my fucking cock off. Look, if you want to cut your cock off and fucking, you know, shit, when I was a fucking teenager, you know what I would have done? Like, I would have almost fucking, I'm glad, it must be so confusing these days. When I was a teenager, I would have pretty much fucking, you know, just about fucking traded my fucking cock, not to get beaten by police, to have some free fucking drugs and to have sex whenever I wanted, was the way I saw it as a young male. You know, it was like the girls just got free fucking drugs, they didn't get beaten up by fucking police. Oh, and they got to have sex whenever they wanted. Usually with fucking 20-year-olds and shit. Yeah, so I just fucking got stoned instead. I don't know. I was pretty fucking mixed up fucking teenager. Had lots of fucking problems. But I'm glad I didn't have the option to get my fucking cock chopped off, because I would have fucking missed it, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, you know, so that's, you know, I'm confused. Like, personally, I think we need to clear up some of these fucking conversations. This whole, like, let's all pick a fucking gender is fucking stupid. It is extremely confusing. You know, it's confusing issues that don't need to. And we need to, like, it's weird, like, in some ways, look, I am very strong in my feminist values. However, I don't feel that those, you know, I feel a lot of stuff is argued in the name of feminism that isn't really true to at least the feminist fucking theory that I have studied throughout my university degrees and stuff like that, you know, like, yes, and we should be encouraging women to be strong and do whatever. However, I think there's a big confusion. There's a lot of people who seem to think being a cunt is strong. It's like, blame men and then let's turn the women into fucking cunts. So rather than let's raise, you know what, fucking here's a little fucking bit of trivia. When I was fucking born, my fucking grandma was the first person in our family to get a degree in the radical feminist years. You know what she did? My old man was in jail and fucking, you know, mum just gave birth to me. My grandma walked in, took one fucking look at me and said, I will never bond with this child. I didn't know until I'd done my degree that it's because I had a cock. You know, rather than looking at this young male and going, here's an opportunity to raise a young male, a future generation, with a balance of masculine and feminine qualities, you know, which ended up growing up in the country. That was stuff that I needed to fucking, unpack later in life, you know, even things, and that was very much tied in with, you know, how much of a big thing it was for me to learn to fucking dance. You know, it wasn't fucking the done thing, you know, like, you know, and that, you know, a lot of that fear surrounding that was socially constructed crap. It was absolute crap. I wish I'd grown up with it, you know. However, I fucking wasn't, you know. Yeah, and they're real complex things, you know. I think, you know, a massive insult, like I probably said to women when we took women out the fucking kitchen and put them in the fucking workshop, that we didn't reduce working hours. Working hours should have been fucking halved. The 40-hour week was based on fucking the breadwinner model with a woman at fucking home, and women undertook massive, complex, fucking important roles in society. Massive when they were at home, you know. So by rights, working hours should have been fucking halved, and men encouraged to undertake those fucking traditionally female roles and balance that out. And I do personally believe relationship structures, you know, things like religion. My personal professional beliefs as a social worker is that religion should be restricted to R18 plus, removed from any involvement in education, classified as a psychologically damaging form of child abuse, that is enforceable under child protection legislations. You know, I wholeheartedly, as a social worker, in terms of child protection, support every child's right to freedom from religion. And I think until their teachings, individual teachings, have been thoroughly reviewed, children should be protected by that. You know, I'm not saying all of religion is necessarily bad, but these religious values and stuff like that all stems back to those ideas surrounding relationships and stuff like that. I do believe economically every individual needs to be able to support themselves on at least half the working hours. Fortunately, technology is allowing us to fucking move away, or we are at a position where we can start making a transition into an automated society. But everyone needs to be able to fucking support themselves, a healthy fucking lifestyle, on a single fucking income. You know, we need to restructure our economy, but we also, on a fucking, I guess, a psychosocial fucking level, the value systems that we are fucking indoctrinating our children. You know, when you look at things like marriage and those traditional, like, that's a contract for the fucking ownership of a fucking another human being. You know, the value systems surrounding monogamy and stuff like that. You know, we're rapidly changing times where relationship structures are fucking changing. You know, just because someone, you know, so we create these insecure value systems where people think just because they have a fuck that they own someone, and that when they get rejected, that gives them the right to fucking hurt someone. Like, a very good example of that is a mental case in fucking Melbourne who destroyed my fucking life. You know, extremely dangerous fucking woman. You know, really, like, completely fucked in the head. We've brought up with, you know, insane, absolutely insane value systems. So I think we need to, you know, create some level of consistency in really nutting out how, you know, and I'm not saying no one can have fucking relationships. If people want to form relationships naturally, I just, you know, do feel we need to really nut things out, you know, like, and restructure society so people who don't choose, you know, people shouldn't have to choose between a relationship and poverty. You know, people shouldn't, you know, things like slut shaming. And it goes both ways, men or women, you know, just, you know, there's worse things than being a slut. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm sick of the term fucking hypersexual, you know, if you, you know, just because you've got a healthy sex drive doesn't make you hyper fucking sexual. You know, I think the world doesn't fuck enough, you know, to be honest. You know, we can control fucking breeding. How fucked do you think those, the animals must think we're fucking retarded. We can control breeding. We can literally, we've cheated our environment. We can control our breeding. We can literally, we've got all this technology. We can automate, we could literally spend the rest of our lives just about having fucking orgies and fucking swimming and dancing and not fucking up the world. Yet instead we all bully each other to work. Need a plastic, gotta have someone to make the piece of plastic this big, to put around the piece of meat this big, because we're all fucking cowards. We're such fucking cowards. You know, and that's, yeah, like, I don't know. But, and then we're led by fucking cowards. You know, I am extremely scared about standing up to these governments. You know, ultimately, I'm scared they're going to try and charge me with fucking treason, you know, for trying to incite world peace. Now, I am trying to drive massive social change. I'm trying to do it in a responsible manner, you know, in, I guess, seeking support of a whole fucking species in developing a fucking leaderless system of governance that slowly enables us to deconstruct world military systems, even out arms races, so that no one's in control, so no dictator can take advantage and cull out our population. You know, we have, our aging population is going to, it's not just our society, this is societies across the world. We've got massive global fucking problems that, you know, cannot be solved with our current economic and political systems. We need massive fucking change. You know, fortunately, as I'm trying to introduce these fucking plants that, you know, are considered, you know, there is massive evidence that they are considered sacred across, you know, basically all ancient cultures, and still in many of the few remaining indigenous cultures. You know, these forbidden fruits, you know, were obviously forbidden by religion and dominant cultures in, I guess, retarding populations so that they would, I guess, conform to bullshit standards in building their fucking armies for the sake of the advancement of civilization. Now, that served its purpose throughout, you know, the last couple of thousand years and all the bullshit that we've had to go through to get ourselves in this fucked up position that we're in. However, we need to look past this. Now, these plants actually do have the potential to fucking heal our populations on many fucking levels. There's something that does need to be, you know, go into a world trust. I believe they belong in a world trust, and they belong, the most responsible thing to do with those is, yes, we need to explore all avenues of how they can be used medicinally and incorporated into Western medicine. However, I do also strongly urge that these that our species would be cutting ourselves short if these were left to the arbitration of medical systems, and that we need to have serious, big, or seriously explore how these can be safely and responsibly integrated into society in serving the best interests of not only our species, but the rest of the world around us. You know, these are not only significant to us, these are specific to fucking mammals in general, and likely other. Fucking snails love fucking magic mushrooms, as I've said. They fucking love them. Yeah, these are very significant to all members of our species, and we need to protect these fucking plants. That is for the sake of fucking all of us. I'm not, I guess this is a very bottom-up approach to fucking governing. I don't expect people to trust me. I don't trust anyone else. That's the idea of, developing a fucking leaderless system of governance, right? It's also taken a lot of fucking stress, creating comprehensive fucking artificial intelligence style fucking risk assessments to rewrite all our faulty fucking legislation, much of which was founded upon racism, and then I guess the fear-based propaganda. I'm talking about a fucking courage-based fucking society, not a fear-based society. I'm talking about taking the pressure off of everyone, which we need to do, and we need to fucking look after each other. Creating jobs is stupid. What? So you fucking have cunts fucking standing there all day just so they can have a job. We created a job. This cunt's gonna stand there all day and wonder why his body fucks up. Oh, and then, you know what? Then we're going to tell him he's got to go for a fucking you go for your fucking mental health walk. Like regimented, micro fucking managed bullshit. Absolute bullshit. We need to take the pressure off people. That is my professional fucking opinion as a social worker. Everywhere I go, everyone is fucking over fucking worked. They don't have enough time for their families. They don't have enough time for their fucking loved ones, let alone their own interests. We have created a very unwell fucking society. And I've lived on the bottom of it for fucking years. That's what this fucking Queen and these fucking dumb cunts, fucking fake cunts in their fucking governments, all fucking slobbering on each other's fucking cocks. Ooh, how are we going to do this? Fucking, or a fake cunt competition, short-term fucking outcomes. How come they're not talking about the fucking, how are we going to care for our fucking aging population? How come they're turning people against each other rather than encouraging people? Oh, we want to stop discrimination, yet let's fucking create a gender divide. Yeah? Fucking, I think we all need to have more compassion. I do think we all need to fucking look at, yeah, of course, we all need a little bit of fucking harden the fuck up too. And we all need to look at ourselves. I haven't even talked about the fucking, my experience with 12-step fellowships and, how part of what I was developing, tied into various other platforms and stuff like that. Throughout my degrees, I guess I used contemporary understandings of, the different therapeutic frameworks and psychological fucking understandings to unpack how the AA program worked, those 12 steps, different aspects of that program, and, which really is one of the most, one of the best psychoanalytic fucking tools available, that can be understood using recognised therapeutic frameworks. You can explain a lot of their, concepts that are often dismissed because they use the God word. Now, like I was, redeveloping, a program, therapeutic model that was very strongly inspired by the AA program that didn't involve the G word, that fucking God that they use and stuff like that. That's a big complex fucking discussions that I could, literally spend all day on. However, using those that psychological style, or that style psychological, or psycho, what do you call it? psychoanalytic sort of framework to analyse, I guess, where things like fear and, creates or fear surrounding different things creates patterns of dishonesty, selfishness, self-seeking, all of that sort of behaviour, and then using that information to try and improve upon yourself as a human being, all of that stuff fucking absolutely invaluable. However, so I do think capacity building is fucking, has been a huge part of my fucking development, and throughout broad ranges of fucking, I guess, adversity and stuff like that. However, I also strongly advocate that we need to take the fucking pressure off people in so many fucking ways. And I struggle with a lot of these fucking new age spirituality and shit that blames individuals. It victim blames, very victim. They masturbate their own fucking egos. Like, you're responsible for the way you feel. I remember that, like the little dick cunt, right? That the fugly slut fucking dumped me for. Fucking, right? Remember what? She's making me beg for my belongings, tormenting and abusing me with cunts, right? Oh, you're making excuses and choosing to be upset. Fucking all about masturbating his own fucking ego. Really a fucking excuse for abuse. Oh, right, so some slut screams in my face how good my dad dying is, and fucking a guy with a fucking 2-inch cock tells me that I'm making excuses and a big fucking nose. You know how hard it was to go through that level of fucking trauma and abuse and have a guy with a huge fucking nose and a tiny little cock fucking felt like smashing his fucking nose that far into his fucking head that he had a normal sized cock. But if I did that, violent man, throw him in jail. If a woman screams in a man's face that his dad dying is the best thing, it's alright. Fucking, if I hit her, I'm the abuser. And she's a victim. Can't victim blame. It is okay for women to be fucking that fucking viciously psychologically abusive. And that fucking same religious mental case, you know what else her parents did? They didn't love her, but they didn't smack her. That was a child that was never fucking smacked. And she needs to be smacked. That woman belongs in fucking jail. That woman has been making fucking decisions about whether children are fucking... whether parents are fit to have their children. She has... I don't know what roles she's worked for years. I know she did work in Families SA. So she has potentially removed people's children for the wrong fucking reasons. Compulsive fucking lie, complete fucking mental case. Thinks that level of abuse is okay, and then, I can't come back to fucking Adelaide because I'm scared of Mark. Fucking get fucked, slut. Fucking hell, sorry, I get sidetracked because I get caught up in all my fucking, the trauma that led to these fucking strange plants that will help society, right while I was in the middle, and she knew. We'd had conversations about it all, like, she knew I was very upfront, and that's the difference with like, you can be a slut. When I went through my sex inventory through the AA process, I learnt that, sex wasn't the evil thing. Where were my defects? Where were my harms? Where I'd been dishonest with people, where I'd been manipulative with people, where I'd been, I guess, self-seeking and fucking insecure and stuff like that. All those toxic little subtle behaviours, where I had put people at risk, whether it be for making commitments and then fucking being unfaithful to people. That was where I harmed people. So I did my best. I couldn't live with myself for behaving like that. So what I had to do was start doing my best not to fucking, not making commitments that I weren't committed to, not fucking, putting people at risk. I put people at risk in different ways. I mean, I could have got HIV by being fucking unfaithful, and then passed it on, like, so I don't make commitments that I can't fucking keep. That's being respectful. And like, if someone doesn't want to be with me, that's fucking okay. It's hard when I end up with some mental case fucking liar. Sits there like, it sort of takes two to fucking tango. But if you got two people who are fucking strong fucking people who are honest with each other, no one needs to get fucking hurt. It's not that fucking hard. Women love fucking sex too. Like, you don't have to lie to women to get fucking laid. Trust me, you don't. Well, not that I get laid much fucking late anymore. And who wants to risk? Fucking, I'm like the cunt that fucking never gets. I don't fall in love. I thought I did once. Oh, but you know what? You got this fucking mental. Oh, he's obsessed with me. Like, who wants to fuck? You know, I don't know. And I'm pissed off with the world. Like, I don't know. I don't actually, you know, while poor little fucking, you know, at the moment, like, with what I'm trying to, you know, I guess push through. You know, I don't even really. I'm scared because I'm scared they're going to lock me up and throw away the key for trying to, you know, build something to help society. You know, like, you know, are they going to charge me with fucking treason for trying to, you know, I'm not trying to overthrow world governments. I'm very transparently trying to, I guess, offer a fucking, you know, very realistic fucking long-term solution to gradually transitioning to a one world leaderless system of governments. And I guess, you know, really, essentially, any fucking leader who is opposed to that idea, you know, is really committing treason against the rest of the global population, or their country first. You know, I think most people in most fucking countries, you know, would like to see an end to global conflict. You know, and that involves creating a fairer, more equal system, you know, across the globe. And this is fucking complex fucking stuff. You know, you got a lot of people who have experienced a lot of pain after fucking, you know, centuries of fucking conflict. A lot of really unfair fucking economic systems, you know, like the first world problems. We wouldn't even be in most of our fucking position if it wasn't for the ways in which we fucking exploit the third world countries. You know? And I guess by backing off on some of that stuff, you know, we can even that fucking, you know, even the balance. So perhaps if we stop stealing their fucking assets, you know, perhaps they could have fucking, you know, I guess, more chance of fucking lifting the standards and, you know, evening things out. You know, I don't know, maybe I'm a fucking dreamer, you know, like, I fucking, you know, when I saw, you know, when, I guess the more we fucking unpacked society and the history of fucking how we got in this position, you know, through sociology and all of that sort of shit, you know, like, I fucking, you know, I could see no amount of money was going to save fucking, you know, everyone I ever fucking knew and loved was going to be fucking affected by, you know, where we're heading if someone doesn't do fucking something. You know, so I put my heart and soul into trying to create something beautiful, trying to come up with a solution, trying to fucking map out, you know, I guess like our fucking journey from the jungle from over the past 10,000 fucking years. You know, and how we got into this position, you know, and how we might be able to capture this. You know, we are reaching critical mass, but we're at a stage where, you know, I guess, you know, if we are to, where it just might be possible, you know, to prepare, I guess, over the next decade so we can care for our elderly. So we don't destroy, you know, perhaps we can clean up the oceans in time. I don't know. I can't guarantee shit. I know, like, the only way we're going to do it, the only way we're not going to kill that fucking oceans that affect every fucking country on this planet is if we get on the fucking same page and start fucking working together. You know, because our cheap fucking fish that we buy here, the reason that is cheap is because of the corners cut over the fucking world. You know? And we don't only need to stop fucking making the mess, we need to work together to fucking clean it up. You know, and that's going to require creating one hell of a fucking establishment. You know, a world trust that, you know, I believe should be leaderless. I don't know, I'm just some fucking, mentally ill fucking disability fucking pensioner who really tried hard to fucking, like, you know, like, you know, as soon as I mention this idea to individual fucking people, oh, you know what, you just want to do your job and just want to go to work and pretend the world's not dying. Like, people think I'm fucking crazy. You know, like, I spent 4 years studying society, and not just that 4 years, you know. You know, I've been studying it, like, since. You know, you world leaders, how many of you fucking world leader cunts have fucking done ayahuasca? Trust me, this fucking thing, look at that fucking, get your fucking scientists, since you're such fucking cowards, go get your fucking scientists, right, to have a look at all of the fucking science referenced on my fucking website, or on Universal Asylum's fucking website, relating to DMT and my theory of it as a fucking nutrient that is specific to fueling the fucking central nervous system. Well, not just the central and peripheral fucking nervous systems, in facilitating a broad range of fucking, I guess, generalized autoimmune responses, you know, including the regulation of inflammatory systems, you know, not just anti-inflammatory, regulation between states of inflammatory, you know, that acts as a fucking, in cellular fucking, proliferation, not in just cellular protection, but also cellular regeneration, you know, and that is not only in relation to the central nervous system and repairing things like the central nervous system, but also other soft tissues such as bone and surrounding fucking, you know, muscles and ligaments and shit. It doesn't fucking cure everything. However, I'm yet to try every combination with everything. However, I do trust those plants, and these plants need to be taken very fucking seriously and protected immediately, as the cat is out of the bag and more people are using these fucking substances, or becoming interested in exploring their therapeutic value, particularly when we've created an environment where everyone is fucking depressed and stressed out. Yes, a lot of drug users are looking at them as ways out of fucking their addiction because they do have such great therapeutic value. However, these substances have very, very low potential for abuse. You know, and even though I personally believe, like, it would be best for everyone to fucking drink ayahuasca once a fucking week, it is not fucking easy to do. It is not easy to do. Like, I find I have to back myself into a fucking, it's like anything. I have to back myself into a corner where I'm sick enough that I go, I need to fucking do this. You know? Yeah, these are takes a lot of courage to ingest these things. And, you know, I think they need to be, you know, if they are to be ingested, this needs to be look at ways of how we can, I guess, minimise risks associated with that, blah, 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 blah. These are big fucking complex subjects, but they do need immediate fucking attention, you know, because if we do take the strong prohibition style fucking approaches that we have done in the past, we will create an ecological disaster, and we will, as we have with every other fucking substance, create circumstances that are more dangerous for everyone. You know, anyway, fucking... Fuck, here I am having another little fucking quiet chat with every cunt. I fucking farted shit, man. You better fucking fire me. Can't have a fucking farting cunt who says swear words. You know, I've got to work out some way to fucking get the attention of that fucking queen and those governments in, you know, I guess, yes, I am asking for, I would like recognition for my work, and, you know, I am demanding for these fucking substances to be signed over to Universal Asylum as a World Trust in perpetual, is that in perpetuity? Like, fucking forever, right? These need to go into a World Trust that is designed, and also, yes, these substances that have been considered sacred, you know, by so many indigenous and ancient cultures, are fucking sacred. They are specific and they belong to all, or they should belong to all. That is my professional fucking opinion as a social worker. You know? And I am, and based on that and my fucking work, I am, I guess, pushing for these substances to be reclassified as a form of nutrient in a very general sense. There are, definitely room for a lot of sub-variation between some of these fucking substances. But in their most basic form, they are not drugs. These are nutrients specific to the central nervous system. That should be signed over to the care and protection of Universal Asylum as a world trust, and which is aimed at working towards a one world leaderless system of governance, which will require world governments to formally pledge their fealty to Universal Asylum in working together as a species to create a one world leaderless form of governance, automated systems of governance, to drive the reform of all of our fucking socio-economic, socio-political structures globally. In the interests of all members of our species, in the interests of the world around us, in the interests of saving our fucking oceans, Well, I'm pretty pissed off with this shit, but a lot of shit, I fucking am. I don't know whether that gives me more or less credibility. I've been pushed and fucking pushed and pushed to the fucking limit. I got nothing fucking backing me, but I haven't fucking snapped. I haven't fucking hurt no cunt. I fucking oath I've told a few fucking people what I fucking think. Yeah, fucking oath. Those fucking dance schools, the dance industry needs to be fucking regulated. Straight out. Same fucking problem. These pyramid fucking hierarchies, arms races, people up the top with no morals and integrity, abusing their fucking positions of power, turning people against each other. Fucking cowards. When I confront them, all of these fucking dance schools, right? When I confront them fucking publicly, what did they do? Slandered me to thousands of people and then blocked me from fucking responding. Now, I do. A massive problem with that cunt who runs fucking Facebook and his fucking censorship. Absolute bullshit. You're making things... You are costing lives, Mark Zuckerberg. You are costing fucking lives by censoring things. You got people fucking... You know what the most fucking responsible, mature and responsible group that I ever fucking was involved with, Facebook group? The Australian New Zealand fucking Magic Mushrooms group. Very serious business. Now... Contrary to popular belief, magic mushrooms are fucking non-toxic, right? They are safe as fucking houses. However, there are many mushrooms that are not magic mushrooms that are fucking deadly. And some of them look fucking very similar to magic mushrooms. The biggest danger with magic mushrooms is fucking picking the wrong one, picking a fucking mushroom that isn't a magic mushroom and fucking eating it and dying. Hence, those fucking groups were extremely fucking mature and responsible in providing very accurate information, accurate identification for new people exploring this stuff. And many people. When I was exploring them, I was so traumatized. I was in a place where I was fucking virtually suicidal. I would have eaten the wrong mushrooms and died. And I was in so much pain. It would have just been another means to the end. However, with the patience and guidance of those groups, I eventually figured out what I was doing and found the mushrooms. And I've fucking eaten, personally, I've eaten well over a fucking pound of magic mushrooms in the last couple of years. Took me a while to find them. First year I found a quarter of a pound. Second year I found a whole fucking pound. Like dry. The most magic mushrooms I've eaten in one hit was just under an ounce. I tend to find anything over 5 gram dry, Terence McKenna, five fucking grams psilocybin mushrooms alone in silent darkness, Like much over, probably much over 7 grams, I just find a waste. However, I've found them extremely therapeutic. And the thing is, like, when you take them in large doses like that, you don't go out and get into trouble. You lay in bed, you roll around, and you fucking heal. Which personally, yes, there is, some people want to take them and have fun. I started taking these things because I was very unwell and I needed to heal, and they've helped me in a lot of fucking ways. And they did lead me to trying to stand up to these dance schools and finding the strength with, and when I stood up to them dance schools, I didn't do a great job about it, Just like when I'm trying to stand up to these governments to try and create a fairer system, or, I don't know that I've done a good job of this too. Part of the problem with this society is every cunt's trying to pretend to be fucking perfect. I'm not fucking perfect. I do a shit job of expressing myself. I don't know whether it's my ADHD or, it doesn't help that I don't have medication after fucking last year. But, I often half say a sentence and then jump back trying to correct myself and get lost, or I go off on this rabbit, fucking little thing on a million, interrelated subjects, and it's sort of, I'll lose my initial fucking points. I guess I'm trying to tie together really big complex ideas, associated with trying to find solutions to the world's problems, which, what's the point in, I don't have one fucking cause. What's the point in saving fucking a baby's fucking life if we're going to let the fucking oceans die? There's not much fucking point, is there? A bit fucking counterproductive, although that child might help fucking with the ageing population. I don't know. I'm just trying to fucking, I guess, instigate mediate. What did they call us when I started my social work degree? Social work is the interface between humans and their environment. Oh fuck, mate, I feel like a really crushed. It's interesting, like, social workers are like typically the bottom of the fucking food chain when it comes to fucking, professions and shit. It's just the fucking social worker and shit like that. Really, social workers should be at the top. They should be above politicians. The bird's eye fucking view of all the fucking KFC secret fucking herbs and spices. We're creating, our systems with all this bullshit bureaucracy, creating bullshit fucking laws that our poor fucking police officers have to fucking, uphold. That often create dangerous circumstances, more dangerous for fucking everyone. It's fucking stupid. And then the stress all of that places on fucking, medical systems and fucking, all of it. Whole kit and fuck caboodle. Also another fucking one of my concepts, I believe as we reduce fucking working hours, stuff like that, we also need to get rid of things like fucking weekends. Create it. Instead of having like burning people out 5 days of hardcore work, and then what? Let everyone off work for the weekend and fucking everyone can get pissed, and we'll have a massive surge in, the need for police and fucking ambulances, and all the hospitals are overwhelmed over the fucking weekend. Poor fucking healthcare workers. If we, I guess, gradually pull that fucking pressure off people and have, people working less hours, and I guess a more, what do you call it, consistent, stable, so most days are the same, everyone will have less of those fucking, problems associated with that, like what I just discussed, allowing people to live as they go. And I mean, it's hard. We work everyone to death on this assumption. Now we're going to, we just keep raising the retirement age. Fuck the fucking aging population. We'll forget, some people aren't going to live that. There's massive variation between how long people fucking live. You just like keep raising the fucking retirement age. So then what? Like then, you know, if you're lucky, you get to retire and then buy a fucking caravan and, you know, drive it to places, and you're fucking too old and your knees are fucked and you can't even climb up the fucking mountain and shit. You know, so I'm talking about backing things off so people can live as they go. You know, you don't know, it fucking depends a lot. Some people, you know, chronological age doesn't mean shit. Some people reach 50 and they're fucked. You know, where some people fucking hit triple fucking digits and they're still fighting fit. You know, like, you know, I think we all need to be able to live as we fucking go. You know, more time. You know, if you've got people who are living more fulfilled life, you have less fucking violence, you have less fucking problems, you have less health issues, blah, blah, blah. You know? And we also need to be fucking realistic. You're never going to have a zero fucking road toll. You are never going to have no instances of domestic fucking violence. It's going to fucking happen. You know? Now, we can take, you know, we do need to take the pressure off and look at fucking all the complex fucking things that lead to that and work together as a society to minimise the prevalence of all of these fucking issues. But we also need to actually fucking be fucking realistic. You know? You know, I mean, I find it so defeating as a white fucking male. Like, what do you want to do? Fucking line us all up and cut our fucking cocks off. You know? Because we get the blame for fucking everything. You know, it does, instead of, you know, yes, abuse is fucking often two ways. It fucking is. Often. Yeah, and it's difficult when you've got a controlling, manipulative fucking person. It's fucking awful. You know, especially when you care about them and you get caught in that fucking, and you can't, trying to keep someone codependent at a healthy fucking distance. And trying to constantly enforce those boundaries without at times fucking snapping and like, fuck. You know, it's fucking hard. Very complex, difficult stuff. You know, I guess, you know, it would help if we'd stop raising people to be insecure and to have these ideas that they fucking own people, because you fucking don't. I don't know that I'm fucking suitable for fucking anyone. You know, I do, part of me sort of likes the fucking idea. I don't fucking know. Sometimes I think I'd be better off being a fucking porn star. You know, fucking, those cunts don't have much fucking domestic violence. You know, there was one once, and, you know, that was probably more to do with, you know, what, some cunt, thought he wanted to be with a porn star until he was with one, and then he wanted to keep her to herself, and it's just like, fucking, why are you trying to change someone, cunt? You know? And I don't know the story there either. You know? You know, I'm not going to pretend all relationships, they're always fucking respectful and stuff like that. I did like what, I saw this chick fucking, and like, this porn, and the dude was fucking pushing it a bit, man, and this chick fucking grabbed him and fucking grabbed his cock and slapped his fucking nuts and fucking told him off, man. I thought, fucking good on you. Good on you. You know, you got spine. He crossed the fucking boundary too much and you fucking told the cunt. Fucking awesome. You know? So I don't know, I'm just fucking, you know, here under this nice tree having a fucking fart, trying to talk to the world, you know, like, because I'm scared. Like, the only way I'm going to get the fucking, like, I'm scared of what I'm planning on doing to get the attention of, you know, our lovely Queen. Condolences to the Queen for your recent loss. It's fucking awful. You know, and their fucking cunt kids running the fucking US and Australian fucking governments. You know, I do. You know, I'm scared I will get locked up for, you know, trying to incite world peace and, you know, I guess demand them to formally pledge their fealty to Universal Asylum. You know, it's ultimately like, what I'm asking is it's a bigger fucking thing than any of their little fucking crappy constitutions. You know, this is a fucking global commitment to work towards a one world leaderless system of fucking governance. And anyone who fucking takes the time to have a look over my work, I hope would agree that this is not a bad fucking idea in trying to, I guess, lead us to world peace and trying to solve a lot of the issues relating to the conservation of our planet. Anyway, like, check out my website or the Universal check out the Universal Asylum fucking website for more details and shit. Unfortunately, some of the stuff won't show up on your fucking phone. A lot of the pages relating to... Now, I have a blog page which I haven't been able to update because I cannot get into it. So I have updated that article on dimethyltryptamine as a... as a nutrient, or however I've put it, as a central nervous system specific nutrient, that has been updated on the actual web page. However, you cannot access that via your fucking phone. So you have to get on a fucking computer. And it's driving me mad. This is another thing. You want to fucking blame every cunt for me. Oh, they were born with a chemical imbalance. Let's fucking fuck this fucking capitalist cunt economy where they're just going to make fucking bullshit fucking technology that doesn't work. Now, we are capable of making technology that fucking works. And we need to stop fucking businesses from deliberately making things unusable so they can cash in. It's just creating extra stress for fucking everyone. It's bullshit. I think I touched upon the transparency with that fuckwit Zuckerberg and the rest of them. We do need to move away from this censorship fucking crap. And there are many fucking complex reasons for that. I guess part of, what I'm trying to create, we need to create, if we want people to be honest, if we want to get rid of stigma and create, promote understanding and stuff like that, we need to make a fucking environment where people are fucking safe. So I guess, part of my big concept with, Universal Asylum as a world trust that is, both a human service and conservation orientated institution, is that ideally is intended to be bound by the same standards of privacy and confidentiality as any other healthcare institution. However, until I've sort of managed to reach some sort of formal agreement with world governments, I'm not really in a position to guarantee that, except I come from the fucking land of no comments. And thus far, anyone I've named on any of my fucking websites so far doesn't know that I have. I'm very strongly advocating for Brad and Carly's right to make a decision on whether, to be the ultimate authorities on whether ayahuasca is, the best potential fucking treatment for poor little Eli, which I do believe is his best chance of not only survival, but also having some quality of life. All I can do is advocate on their behalf, advocate to world governments to make this available, this treatment option available, And, beyond that, I'm happy to support Brad and Carly in, I guess teaching them everything that I know so that they are able to provide the best care for that, their beautiful little boy. And they are working so hard around the clock to fucking keep alive. Anyway, that's enough from me. I'm out.